A single photo, one simple image, suddenly shook the Chinese entertainment world. Not a new photo, not from a glamorous photo shoot or a grand event, but an old, faded picture, one that somehow slipped through the cracks of time and made millions of hearts beat in unison. Because in that photo, there were two very familiar faces. Two young boys whose gazes, even at such a young age, already carried the aura of stars. Yes, they were Wang Yibo and Xiao Zhan. And what's even more shocking, that photo seems to reveal something no one ever imagined. That maybe, just maybe, they've known each other long before the world knew them. Hello, drama lovers. Welcome back to the K-Pop World Channel. Today, we're diving into a story that might just leave you speechless. A story about two of China's biggest stars. A story that feels like destiny itself. A story not just about fame, but about connection. A story that stirs the heart and ignites curiosity in every fan who sees it. So let's begin. Some time ago, social media was thrown into chaos. On Weibo, a fan account uploaded an old, slightly yellowed photograph, the kind you'd expect to find in a dusty family album. There was no caption, no clue who took it. But the moment that photo appeared, people stopped scrolling. Because in that photo, two young boys stood side by side at what looked like a school event. One wore a white uniform, his gentle smile and warm eyes catching attention immediately. The other stood a little taller, his short hair and sharp gaze radiating confidence even at a young age. And when fans looked closer, comments started flooding in. Wait a second, isn't that Xiao Zhan? And the one next to him looks exactly like a young Wang Yibo. Within hours, the photo went viral across all platforms. The hashtag Wang Yibo Xiao in childhood shot to the top of Weibo's trending list, sending fans into a frenzy of speculation and disbelief. Could it really be that they had met before fame ever found them? It sounds impossible, almost too coincidental to be true. But as fans dug deeper, fragments of the past began to fit together like pieces of a puzzle, slowly forming a picture that felt undeniable. Xiao Zhan, born in Chongqing, was a boy who loved art and music. He joined school choirs, painting clubs, and dreamed of standing on stage one day. Wang Yibo, born in Luoyang, Hunan, was known as a dancer, a child prodigy who could captivate an audience with his rhythm and confidence. Two boys from different cities, two separate worlds. And yet, both were said to have attended a national youth arts competition during their school years, an event that brought together talented children from across China. Some fans even claim they've uncovered an old video clip from that event. The image is blurry, the sound unclear, but two familiar figures can be seen standing on the same stage. Close, yet not knowing that one day, destiny would bring them back together. Almost as if the universe had been quietly preparing them for the moment they'd meet again. And when the photo resurfaced, emotions ran wild. It wasn't just about excitement or curiosity. It was something deeper. If this is really them, one fan wrote, then Yibo and Xiao Zhan's bond was meant to be. They were destined to meet long before the world knew them. Another commented, look at how naturally they stand side by side. Even back then, they already matched. This isn't coincidence. Thousands of similar comments filled the internet. Fans created beautiful edits, blending the childhood photo with their portraits as adults, the ones from the Untamed. It felt like watching two timelines merge. From ordinary schoolboys to the legendary duo that changed Asian entertainment forever. But beneath all the noise, there was something undeniably emotional. Because this story isn't just about two celebrities. It's about two souls who somehow walked separate paths that slowly, inevitably, curved toward each other. And the point where their paths crossed was the Untamed. Who could ever forget how their journey began there? How their chemistry as Wei Wuxian and Lan Wangji stunned the world. How they made audiences believe in connection. One that didn't need to be spoken aloud, but was felt in every glance, every silence, every heartbeat. Since The Untamed aired in 2019, the world saw something beyond acting. There was a quiet understanding, a mutual respect, a tenderness that didn't need words. And now, with this newly surfaced photo, fans feel as if they've found proof that this bond may have been written in fate all along. Yet, despite the frenzy, the truth behind the photo remains a mystery. Neither Wang Yibo's nor Xiao Zhan's agencies have released a statement. Some say it's a clever edit. Others insist it's real. There's even a theory that the photo came from an old archive belonging to a Beijing art school, a place where many aspiring performers once trained. No one knows for sure, but maybe that's what makes the story even more beautiful. Because sometimes the most precious moments aren't the ones explained, but the ones simply felt. What's certain is that both Wang Yibo and Xiao Zhan have always shown deep respect toward each other. In interviews, they rarely talk about personal matters, yet whenever one's name is mentioned in front of the other, there's always a small smile, a soft expression that speaks volumes. "I enjoy working with someone as positive as him," Yibo once said in his calm, composed tone. Meanwhile, Xiao Zhan once replied in another interview, "Yibo is hard to read, but he has a very warm heart. I treasure the time we spent together." Simple words, but to fans, they mean everything. Because their connection isn't built on loud declarations. It's built on shared experiences, mutual understanding, and quiet memories that linger long after the cameras stop rolling. Now, after this photo has resurfaced, people see them differently. Not just as superstars, but as two human beings whose stories might have intertwined since childhood. Imagine that. Two young boys standing on the same stage, unaware that years later, they would stand side by side again. This time before millions of fans who adore them across the world. A journey that began with coincidence and evolved into something timeless. Some fans call the photo a gift from the past, a reminder that before all the fame, before the cameras, they were just two dreamers. And now, those dreams have come true in the most magical way possible. One of the most shared comments reads, "Back then, they stood side by side as ordinary boys. Now they stand side by side as legends." Simple words, yet deeply moving. Because maybe it's true, destiny works in mysterious ways. Sometimes two people don't know each other at all, yet the universe keeps pulling them closer until the timing is right. Whether the photo is real or not, one thing can't be denied. The bond between Wang Yibo and Xiao Zhan has become one of the most meaningful relationships in modern Asian entertainment. They've shown the world that friendship, respect, and sincerity can shine even in an industry full of noise and competition. And now, when fans look at that picture, they don't just see a photo. They see warmth, connection, destiny. Because deep down, everyone wants to believe that some meetings are written long before they happen. So, what do you think, drama lovers? Do you believe Wang Yibo and Xiao Zhan were truly destined to meet since childhood? Is the photo real, or just a beautiful coincidence? Share your thoughts in the comments below, because who knows? The next photo, the next piece of their story, might still be waiting to be discovered. And until that day comes, remember this. Behind every legend, there's always a small, forgotten moment that started it all. A photo, a smile, and perhaps a destiny that was always meant to be revealed.